The bright yellow terror. It was supposed to be a relaxing night, just me, my computer, and a few hours of gaming. The house was quiet and I had no plans to go anywhere. But everything changed when I got a message. It came through an anonymous account on my phone. The message was short, but it chilled me to the bone. "Look out your window." I laughed it off at first. Some prank, right? Maybe someone messing with me, but then I hesitated. The message seemed too specific, too urgent. And just out of curiosity, I pulled the blinds back and looked outside. At first, I saw nothing unusual, just the quiet street, dark and still, with the occasional flicker of a street lamp. Then I noticed something, just barely visible in the shadows. A bright yellow light, faint but unmistakable, glowing in the distance. It wasn't a street lamp, it wasn't a car. It was something else, something too bright for its surroundings. I leaned forward, trying to get a better look, but as I focused on the light, I felt a strange pull, like it was drawing me in. My mind raced. What could it be? I decided to walk outside to see if I could make sense of it. As soon as I stepped onto the porch, the air felt heavy. The light was much closer now, almost blinding, but strangely, the rest of the street was completely dark. The houses around me were in complete blackness, not a single light on. Yet this yellow glow illuminated everything around it, like a spotlight focused on the spot where I stood. I couldn't look away, I couldn't even blink. My feet moved toward it, against my will. Each step felt like I was being drawn deeper into the light. I couldn't explain it, but I felt a sudden compulsion to get closer. The closer I got, the more it felt like something wasn't right. I tried to stop, to turn back, but my body wouldn't obey. It was like I was locked in place, my mind screaming, but my feet just kept moving. Then I saw it. At the center of the yellow light, there was a figure. It was tall, almost too tall, standing unnaturally still. Its body was cloaked in a dark shadow, but its face, oh God, its face was the brightest yellow I've ever seen. It wasn't human, the face was a distorted, garish mask of shapes and lines, like a crude drawing brought to life. Its eyes were black, hollow, staring straight into mine, unblinking, unfeeling. I tried to run, to scream, but nothing came out. I was paralyzed. The yellow light seemed to pulse, and with each beat, it felt like the world around me was warping. The figure stepped forward, slowly, as if dragging the light with it. My head throbbed as the brightness overwhelmed me, and then, just as quickly as it appeared, the light vanished. I stood there in the dark, my mind racing, my body trembling. The world felt wrong, everything felt wrong. I stumbled back inside, slamming the door behind me, locking it tight, but the feeling didn't go away. It stayed with me, that sensation of being watched, of something lingering just outside my door. Since then, I've tried to forget it, to move on. But every time I close my eyes, I see that bright yellow face, those hollow eyes, staring back at me. And every now and then, I can't help but wonder if I'm still being watched, if it's still waiting for me, just outside, in the darkness.